What's going on, my design dude and dudettes? It's John, your stay-at-home designer. Thanks for checking me out today. Today I'm going to show you in simple steps how to create your logo. And this should be pretty quick. Usually it'll take you probably about 5 minutes or less. But let's get started with Inkscape. If you know this program, it's basically an open source graphics editing tool. Amazing. It works on all platforms, Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. I've used it on all of those different platforms, and the newest version of Inkscape, I can link it up in the comments below in the description, but totally free. You just go to their website and download it for your platform. So without further ado, let's get started. What we're going to do is get used to some of the tools here. Some of my past videos covered these, but the primary tool I'm going to use today is going to be the stars and polygons here. So as I click it, you're going to notice this pop up and you'll see like this star here. And as I mess around with the different options, I just hit 1 on my keyboard to bring that up. If I hit Control and zoom back on the mouse wheel, I can zoom back just a little. But with this, we're going to use not the star today, even though that's cool. You can change the corners as well by just playing with the different corners here in the upper section. But we are going to do the polygon option here. And I want to start off with 6 sides, so we'll make it a hexagon here. As I go somewhere here in the center, I'll hit Shift and Control on my keyboard, and you'll notice it keeps like a very perfect type of polygon. A few things you might be noticing, perhaps on your keyboard it's showing up more like this as you open that up. Well, what you can do is, as you look down here below the object, there's a big palette of colors, and you can change the colors when you click on it. But if you click on the X on the far left, it makes it none, so that you would only have an outline. If you don't have an outline, what you'll do next is actually come over here to one of the colors and basically click Shift and then click on the color with your mouse. And you'll notice as I do that, this changes each time. All right, so we'll start there with black. The next piece that we're going to add to this is going to be a text box. And as I go here, I'm going to create a text box for my first element. Let's just call it your. And I don't quite like this font. So to change it, we'll go over here to the View, select Font Family, Font Size. It's right up here in the upper section of Inkscape. As you click it, you'll notice now on this side, this popped up. And this is where I can mess around with this and get it how I would like. Oh, there we go. Now you can just mess with the different fonts. And as you go here, you'll see like little previews of the fonts and how it would look. This one, Last Resort, is just boxes apparently. The different versions too, as you go here, you can make them thicker or lighter. And I think the one I want to go with here is a font I was messing with earlier. It's called Savoy Let. Yeah, that's a good one. So as we go here, let's up this font size as well. Maybe something like that needs to be bigger. Let's say 54 or so. And as I hit apply, you'll notice that popped up. And one other thing I'm going to do now, next thing, is I'm going to duplicate this. So if I right click on the mouse, you're going to see duplicate. It's Control D on your keyboard. As I do that, you can hit Control and slide this down. And I'm going to, as I hit Control, it maintains the same X and Y axis. So it kind of holds it consistent for you. If I double, then triple click on this, it will now bring it up to the fonts. So I can type my new text that I want. Let's say here, right? That'd be a good one. at this font height. That's great. And I'm going to go back up to this. I'm going to duplicate again. Right click, or you can hit Control D. But I'm going to click this, and I just duplicated. Hit Control on your keyboard again, slide down, and you're going to see kind of the makings of our quick logo. And I just double clicked. I'm going to double click again, and let's type in logo. That looks good. One of the things I would like to do is size this up a little more. Let's get that a little bigger. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I want this to be kind of the main portion to the logo. Here, let's kind of get that sized. All right, looks good. So next, you'll notice this is probably a little off. So I'm going to click back on my hexagon, Shift and Control. Let's size that down a little bit more to fit just a little better. And a few things we can do is make sure these are centered and aligned. So if I click Shift, that'll select the next piece. Click Shift again, that'll select the next piece. I'm going to click Shift one more time and click on the hexagon. You'll notice I just selected all elements. There's the Align and Distribute menu. If you don't have it here on your sidebar, it's up here. And if I click that, boom, that pops up. I want to make this aligned relative to my last selection, which was the hexagon. And I want to just make sure it's centered. So let's center those on the vertical axis. And we don't quite want to distribute or center it on the horizontal, or otherwise you'll fall into this, and that doesn't look right. Control Z. All right, we're centered up inside of that. Now, though, let's make sure that these are good. All right. The only other thing I do see in these elements is they aren't quite exact centered. So how about we do the same thing. I'm going to select again, select this one more time. I hit Shift to click on each element. There we go. Alright, so I have that aligned here. And the next step that we're going to do is we're going to highlight everything. We'll go to Path, Stroke to Path. And the beauty here is that now we want to just combine everything. So if you select over it and we go Object, Group, this is now going to group everything as one. And the beauty is that you can now change colors all you want. We can adjust your logo color. If you want to just mess with the individual elements, we can ungroup that again by hitting Object, Ungroup. And then now you'll notice you can still play with the different pieces here. Maybe turn that into a slight different pop on the logo. But that is kind of the quick way to get a logo started. You can use the same elements, but maybe with a star or different shape. Or if you have something you want to insert for your logo, feel free. You can always import it in. But that's kind of the quick and easy way to add and create a logo. And usually it should take you just a few minutes. Check out my other videos. I cover a lot more tools. Sorry about that, my dog was messing with me here. Check out some of my other videos. I'm going to help you out with all the goodies here. I got a lot more content planned to make everything easy, not only with Inkscape, but how to make money at home and how you can do that too. So if you like that, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. But more importantly, if you subscribe and hit the little ring bell in your YouTube viewer, you're going to get notified as soon as I send out this great content your way. All right. Thanks again. As always, we'll talk again soon. Bye.